Where are we at? There we are. We're loading in. It took a second. It took a second. It
Except
had to
for me.
boot
Oh,
up.
there I am.
Yeah, everybody's here. Hello and welcome to another live stream of Dinks with Kinks. I messed that intro up. I messed it up good. That's the first time.
I
First
can swear I
time.
only agreed to one of these, but here we are again.
I know.
Did we say we were only doing one?
That's how it
Might
always
just do
starts.
one. Starts with one, goes to two. Next week it'll be three. There won't be four, but then there'll be a five. How are y'all doing tonight?
Good. I'm good. How are you, John?
I'm doing good. Sorry,
I was doing great, but
I'm
then
just
there's that
excited to be
failed
here.
intro. I mean,
Hi,
I
Stone.
know it is in my head. Like I'm in my head about it now. Rebecca, take over. You're in
Hello there.
charge.
No, 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 no. I get the other ones. This is your baby. No, no.
Oh no 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 no.
No, no.
Hello. I am your host tonight. My name is John Andero, one of the hosts of Dinks with Kinks. With me tonight, as always, the illustrious, sexy, voluptuous Mr. Shep.
We all knew it was going
we
there,
all
Shep.
knew.
We
Yeah, that's
all
why I was
knew.
letting
We
you
all
know.
knew.
I mean, I do have a voluptuous ass, but you don't have to keep bringing it
He does.
out.
It's juicy.
It
Just want to
is.
bite
It
into it
is.
like an apple. Um, Also with me tonight is the stunning, the I can't say that word. The
Effervescent.
effervescent,
Effervescent. Oh, is
the
this like
ever
exhibitionism?
one, two, three,
Exhibition.
expositionism.
I can't. Why are
That's a
you?
word we can all say. We don't have to judge anybody on their inability to say that word.
Except for you.
Uh, the always stunning Miss Rebecca.
Hello, everyone. Good
And
evening.
because we're a live stream, I want to introduce audience. How are y'all tonight? It's good to see you. Kagome, Rotzilla, Stonemates, all of y'all, everyone who says hey in the chat, welcome. We're here to talk about kinks. And we don't just have kinks
Is that
tonight.
what
We
we are?
have we're
What?
we're here to talk about
Ah,
kinks. Yeah, we're
oh,
not
wow.
weaving it
Okay.
up. We're not dweebing it up. We're not the interweaves. It's not Monday yet, thank God. But no, we are the Dinks with Kinks live stream.
Thank
Woo!
God.
And we're
Okay.
here to talk
Apparently,
about.
Monday's not his favorite anymore. That's fine.
I mean, any day with you is my favorite. You can have
Wow.
more than one favorite, okay? You can have more than one best friend, and you can have more than one favorite.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, I think you can absolutely have.
Then
This is
it
my
isn't your
favorite fetish
favorite.
podcast.
No. And
No,
then.
this is my favorite fetish podcast.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is one of my favorites, one of my many favorite projects we do together. But we don't hear about my favorites. We're here to talk about kink. And tonight we're also going to get a toy review. Miss Rebecca has done some diligent homework and
I mean,
took one
it
for the
was
team.
it. I did. I took one for the team.
And maybe 2 or 3 if it was a good review.
Yeah,
I
I
guess you're
hope you
gonna have
did.
to find out.
I hope you did thorough research. So, and
I did
we'll get
thorough
to that.
research.
We'll get to that about halfway through, and
It
then
is actually happening, Kagome.
oh yeah, we're gonna. I've convinced her to do them every week, to be a regular part of the DWK live stream.
Rebecca's reviews.
hmm Ooh, do you know what that means? I get to build a little infographic. So next week I'll have the infographic. I just finished literally the intro video today.
Like
So
5 minutes ago.
yeah, it was rendering while we were recording literally an hour ago. So tonight I want to talk to y'all about because this is not just one subject. We got a lot of stuff to talk about tonight. But one of the things I want to talk about is something that I've come across in my personal life. Oh, why is my randomizer not working? What the heck?
Yeah, I was just wondering about that.
Oh, the randomizer should be a thing.
Well, because you turned off a lot of your stuff.
I didn't turn off the randomizer because it's hmm. Anyway. Let me see. I'll open Touch Portal, see what that's doing. Anyway, one of the things I want to talk to you about tonight is something that I have to deal with every day. And I was in one of our kink forums, and I saw this very passionate post about somebody with a fetish and his inability to share it because of his anxiety, and it was causing him all kinds of issues in life because the one thing we did when we first episode one of this podcast, we talked the difference between a kink and a fetish. A kink is something that you can take or leave. You enjoy it, but it's not a requirement. There's no hardwire press to it. A fetish is something that is built into who you are. Like it is a constant in your life. Like it's one of those things that you can, and many people do suffer from sexual dysfunction without it. If you guys, do you, okay, I know we know I have fetishes. Do you guys have fetishes?
A fetish? I guess a whirl. I guess a whirl would be my fetish. Like I have to do all things with my mouth. Like I yeah. Yeah, oral's a fetish.
Okay. What about you, Mr. Shep?
Um, if anything, I think it would be the sensation play or skin contact and such. Tactile items, yes.
And like I said, not everybody has a fetish. This is not one of those things where everyone has a fetish. It's going to trigger. It's something that you have to do. Cool. Fix the randomizer.
Oh, that's good.
But some people do, and like I said, they develop almost a dysfunction because they can't. To them, what would normally turn people on, it doesn't. They need this to add to that, and
Do we want to reference them as a dysfunction, though, or just a unique trigger to their stimulations?
oh well, no, I don't mean like I meant when I mean dysfunction, I mean like it can hinder like without its presence. It's like I want to have sex with someone with a vagina. If you don't have a vagina, I'm really not going to function very well. And I'm not saying this me in particular. I'm just saying like normal heterosexual male, response. And the vagina is kind of a requirement for my sexual arousal, and that's where the stigma with fetishes lie. So, and I'm lucky. One of my fetishes is very simple. It's very plain, and it's very easy to do. So it's not hard to convince people to do it. But his was, and I don't want to dox him. Well, you guys don't know who I'm talking about, so it's okay. But his was caging and sissification, and he's like, that is a hard sell to people, especially he was an older gentleman who, unless he's getting the new young sex positive young people, which is not his normal circle of row, it's very hard to sell. And he's like, I on top of that, I have anxiety, so I was like, we got to talk about that because that is something that people don't understand.
Mama Boo says, how do I find Shep online?
Mm-hmm.
I love his face. Yeah.
Well, I'm just confused by the question because there's so many ways. I mean, I'm online now, and I am
That
found.
is true.
Yeah.
That is true.
You can listen to them every week at Dinks with Kinks, wherever you enjoy podcasts. Occasionally, you'll see him on this channel streaming gaming with us. You won't see his
A
face, though.
Rook's happy hour.
He's on a Rook's Happy Hour every Monday at 9:30.
The Shepherd in FetLife, yeah, that's my dwelling of spaces.
Mm-hmm. You can look him up on FetLife. He is there, the Shepherd. And you can tag him on Twitch on here. Oh, shoot. I did not add our Twitch tags. Well,
A little
I did
twitchy,
everything else.
A little bit twitchy.
I
there,
did
huh?
everything else. I did everything else. So, have you guys ever experienced or been with somebody who had a fetish?
A
That
fetish?
well, to the degree where like it almost was a requirement for them to get sexual gratification without it. Like they struggled to get sexual gratification without this particular thing happening, be it like a sexual act or a paraphilia, which is attraction to like an object, or like um type of clothing
Hmm.
or an action. I mean, there's lots of fetishes out there. A lot of people can't get off without seeing feet. Very popular fetish.
Yeah, I've been through many experiences where I can't say if something wasn't done, they couldn't climax for that kind of thing. But certainly, there's a lot of scenarios where if a particular thing was done, a fetish, like for instance, there's been people that could climax only from a flogging session only, and that was their main sought
That
after
is
item there. Yeah.
that is definitely the definition of a fetish. Race play and the family dynamics is more popular and prevalent now. It absolutely is.
Yeah. Violet Wand has always been a good one.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I have experience. I have talked to people who cannot get off without electrostimulation. That is a more common fetish than you would think. And yeah, people can't get off. What about you, Miss Rebecca?
Honestly, I don't think I've been with anyone who had a had either had a fetish or wasn't one that we did. I don't think they had I've been with a bunch of kinky people, but never a fetish. It just happened to be that's just
Or
and I've
perhaps,
always been
sorry.
I don't know. I just
I
maybe
mean,
they did and they didn't tell me. I don't know.
yes, because you just naturally fulfilled them. You were the fetish, perhaps.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
I
that.
haven't
Yeah,
been chosen on the wheel yet, so I'm not a fetish yet.
that's
Oh, it's
true.
true.
But
A
you're the
hunter.
one. You're the one who keeps speaking that into fruition, not wanting to be on the wheel. Um, but I actually have struggled with this problem thanks to past trauma. Um, I have trouble asking for my fetish and asking people to do my fetish because of past trauma because I've been made to feel bad about it because like I said, that I think is the last one of the like few things that people don't talk about is just the fact that how debilitating a fetish can be for somebody. Because it's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be something sexual gratification, but finding somebody who gets your fetish can be difficult because a lot of times it can control a big part of who you are in the bedroom. And I have like thank God for therapy. Thank God for just this podcast. This podcast has actually helped immensely. And that's one of the reasons I wanted to start it is so people who had fetishes and kinks could be like, I'm not as weird as you think I am. Everybody's into something. Um, but it still to this day is something that I tell people it's a blessing and a curse. It's a blessing because you want to turn me on, you want to get me off. Here's a small list right there, boom, bam, and this will do it for me, and it will never fail. Unfortunately, without this list, I struggle, and I really do. It doesn't matter how gorgeous you are. It doesn't matter how we vibe. None of that matters because my brain is just not wired that way. It's like boobs are cool, yeah, but butts are cool, yeah, but vagina, fantastic, yeah, but penis, also fantastic, yeah, but and that is sometimes a living hell. Wow, you guys look so.
No, I'm
Mhm.
just
I'm
thinking through examples.
listening.
Yeah, but
I'm listening.
and I was thinking of examples, while you were trying to bring it up, just like I believe are the people out there that share within the like foot fetishes. This day and age, it's very commonly known fetish and stuff, but it's oftentimes I see people have a little bit of anxiety or stress or just trouble to bring that particular fetish up with another. But and sometimes if I've almost acted like a wingman if I've noticed a friend trying to bring it up like that, I'm like, oh, you should be all into it. I mean, you have somebody with a foot fetish, your shoe collection will grow endlessly. Just let me tell you.
Mm-hmm. You got problems with sore feet? Well, guess what? Someone with a foot fetish will have no problem rubbing your feet every night after work, and just and they don't half-ass it. They whole ass that shit. Um, but yeah, that is a particular hard fetish because that is a polarizing fetish. And when I think we called it when we did the foot fetish episode, that was the first thing we
Mhm.
talked about. It's like it may be the most well known fetish, but it's also one of the most you either are into it or you're like, get the fuck out of here with that.
Right.
I can see that one. What about if our audience has any other ones like that? Because I mean,
Yeah.
we can all think of plenty, but
Yeah, I want to know, audience members, what fetishes do you have? Do you have any? Because some people don't have fetishes. Like I said, a lot of people just they have kinks, but no fetishes. And like I said, the difference is like a kink is like something I enjoy doing. It's cool. Yeah, don't need it. I mean, it'd be fun. It'd be cool. Be a lot cooler if you did though.
and
Um,
if you're
and
feeling a little reserved about it, I just wanted to, I'm sorry, add that note to it. The fact of you don't have to claim it as yours. You can just bring
no,
it up, and we can. We'll be more than happy to talk through it. Because sometimes people will, I mean, little known fact, or who knows, maybe common fact among people that really know me. Sure, I get a lot of praise for the doming skills and this and that over the years and such, but when I'm not in those acts of those sessions and stuff, I myself am quite the quiet, introverted type. So I know the struggles of speaking about these things or bringing up specific types of topics. So you're never alone, and you would never you'd be surprised at sometimes the people that can look very confident when in a specific element, but you'd be surprised how again quiet or reserved and such outside otherwise.
oh, absolutely. Oh, and mine on my list. I have, like I said, I have two fetishes. To be real honest, I have the really easy one, the real easy sell. I have a fetish for pantyhose. I struggle to become aroused without my partner wearing pantyhose. And I have one that is, thank God, not a debilitating one. I have a quicksand fetish. That one's kind of a hard sell.
But once you
That's not
do, you
the
really sink in deep to it.
yeah.
Hard as that.
That
Oh,
is
there it is. There it
there it
is.
is.
There
Yeah,
it is.
yeah.
I,
I'm
I had
pretty
to. I
sure
had
you made that same pun on the episode.
probably.
Yeah. But that one's a harder sell. But luckily, um, it's not something that I require. Like I don't have sexual dysfunction about it. It's just something that that one's all pro because that one, if you do it, bam, I am the most satisfied person you will ever meet. But if you don't, I am. I don't care. I can take it or leave it. I have porn for that, and I'm fine with just appreciating porn with that. But the pantyhose one, um, oh no, that's an outdoor activity for sure, Kagome. You got to go out and about in the world. I know a couple spots. But the pantyhose one, that is the bane of my existence right there, and I hate myself for it, but I am proud of it.
You hate yourself for it.
Well, because I hate having it. I hate that is a requirement, And I'm not saying like I don't look at it as that as like I'm gonna bring myself down. Does that mean you get turned on by our thinking? No, I am not a rogue from the internet.
Oh, that was good.
Yeah, I have no urge to drown horses in bogs.
You can see
Okay.
by me and Rebecca's face there that like opposite effects, me laughing and her just the stare.
She'll always remember.
It was great.
He
A
knows what
rogue,
he did.
yeah, and
He
you know
knows
what
what
you do.
he did.
Mm-hmm. Uh, but yeah, that one is the one I wish I didn't have because it is more of a thing because I don't want my partner to ever think that I like that more than I like them. Um, but sometimes it's a struggle and it's a hard sell in that aspect of trying to explain what that is. And I really wish I didn't have that about me. Like if I could change one thing, is that I wish that was a kink, not a fetish. And I wish it didn't like work in my brain the way it did because it's kind of an everyday struggle with that. Thank God for therapy. And as I've learned in therapy, there's not a lot you can do about it either. It's literally how you wired.
I wouldn't say that you should something you should wish to change about you because you are you and all the pieces that make up you.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Good, bad, struggles, and not. I don't, and I actually, I mean, have been a roommate as such for a bit, and experienced those scenarios and seen like you know the sorry I can't word right now. But with the pantyhose stuff, I don't see it as a struggle. I see it as a way to really find the people that you just blend well
Mhm.
with.
Mhm.
I mean, and I'm beginning to see it that way, but part of me just like, and like I said, that's part of my trauma. Part of my trauma is dealing with the fact that I want to change that. And yeah, it is a great way to find someone I'm compatible with, but I don't want that to be the reason I need to be compatible with somebody. If that makes
Well,
sense. It's not something that like I look at in a negative fashion, but I'm just like I wish you didn't have such control over who I am as a person. Because I mean, who here likes being controlled by anything?
mm,
Uh, mm,
mm.
mm. Well, era. Who likes being? You know what? Nope. Just gonna go ahead. You guys know what I mean. Just. Oh, I listen. I can tell you what, I can sell the pantyhose fetish. Trust me. But I wish I didn't have to.
And
That's all I hope.
breath play can actually
Hi.
be another a challenging one because it is in essence close to a form of strangulation in some cases, and also one of those styles of fetishes where you have to be very careful with it and very trusting with it because breath play can go bad very quickly.
Mhm.
I've had, I believe, one or two people in the past um, where I did help with that particular fetish and such, and I definitely know even I had a bit of anxieties about it because again, you can do damage if not done right, so you have to really think those things through, plan it out, and be comfortable with it
I remember that.
because I'm just saying if you're the giver of breath play and you have the anxiety of it or you know, something just triggers in you, then that could be very bad for the receiver.
Oh,
I
absolutely.
can't get off without knowing the other person is enjoying themselves. Can't do it. Can't do it.
I have that. I honestly think that's part of the reason I struggle with the fetish is because if my partner's not into it, I don't want it. And then I have that dysfunction. And then I'm like in this weird limbo awkwardness. But I'm no,
Eh,
Rebecca, I fully get that. The
Yeah.
if your partner's not feeling it and they're not loving it, then I'm like, what are we doing here?
We're staring at mouse. That's what we're
We're
doing here.
staring at mouth.
She was
Don't make eye
outside the
contact.
door, like meowing. Like I was like, "Geez, you would
We're staring
think."
at naked putty tat. Yeah.
Mm. She's like, you can't talk kink without my bald ass in here.
You're bald everything.
Yeah. So, but I want to thank y'all for letting me like talk all that off my chest because that kind of triggered me when I saw the post in that forum because I feel, like I said, my stuff is kind of easy comparative to like a lot of people who like have more out there fetishes, and not to mention having massive anxiety on top of having anxiety about having the fetish, but having the anxiety to be able to open up and ask for anything. Because I know several people who have trouble asking for things. Period. Not
Mhm.
it doesn't nothing to do sexually. It's just I have anxiety. I don't want to ask for stuff. And yeah.
But this is a safe space, John.
Oh yeah, yeah. Cool, 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 cool. So, Miss Rebecca,
Yes.
you've been
Eh,
notoriously quiet this episode, but I need to hear you tell me about something. I need to hear you. I need to hear your words. I need to hear it come out of your mouth. I need you to tell me what you were doing this week with your spare time as you were doing methodical research.
So, what we're going to do is go into a commercial break.
A
Rock.
commercial?
What are you talking about? There are
I'm
no
not.
commercial breaks here. And if you want an ad-free experience, you can always subscribe to the channel. Totes ad-free. Be real
Well,
shame if somebody had to sit through a commercial while Miss Rebecca was talking about.
and now I'm
Uh,
enabling him to do ad work. Man.
yeah, you're an enabler, Shep. So go ahead, Miss Rebecca, take the floor with Rebecca's toy review.
Okay. So I gave in to our chat. I listened to our chat and I went out and I bought the infamous rose, that the rose toy. It's all over TikTok. I bought mine in an adult store, and which was probably a little bit more expensive than you get on TikTok, but I got it instantaneously instead of waiting 3 to 6 weeks. So
And now
yeah.
that is the rose right there in the corner of the screen. That is the sexual toy. How is that a sexual toy? Do you put it in your butt? Like how do you explain to me before you review it? I
Okay.
need you to give me a thorough explanation of how you use it.
So it's a clit stimulator. It simulates sucking and pulsating on the clit. It is, yeah. There's several different types of toys out there. This is just happens to be the one that's really popular right now, and you can also use it. I did do this. I also, because I love having my nipples played with, so I also put it on my nipples. That was a fun time too. That was
Mhm,
fun.
mhm, mhm. So it's multifaceted. Okay.
It is
Mm, mhm,
multifaceted.
mhm, mhm, mhm.
It's a
And
well-rounded sucker.
so I have had actually very similar toys to this for a very long time. I enjoy that sensation so much more than the vibration. So everybody's like, "Oh, you got to get this," and I went and got it, and I went and tested it out. And I did it. tested it out several times. I did thorough research. Um,
Did you
and
now?
I did. I do have to say, I enjoyed it. I can see what the hype is about. I can see why a lot of women enjoy it. It was very nice. It has 10 different settings, and it's really easy to use. It's literally you press the button off, it's very easy to use, very handy, it's very discreet. So it was a really good toy. However, I would say if you were judging the toy just by itself, I would say, all right, solid. Like, I would give it a solid 4, 4 out of 5, like solid.
I
Um,
was gonna ask, like, on, and this is the rating we should do is how many floggers is this?
4 out of 5.
4 out of
4 out of
5
5.
floggers. Okay.
Just by itself. Um, but because I own, and it's because it's very economical compared to my other toys, and it is definitely not high end. I have high actually like this is would be a great travel toy because it's small and it's discreet and it's easy. It doesn't take up a lot of room. I would say if I were traveling and I would take this toy. That would be my travel toy. Um and I thought it got the job done quickly. I can't say that.
Oh, hold on, we lost all audio?
Oh no.
Okay.
Oh,
It's
it's
back.
back.
Okay, the audio finally back. Okay.
Actually, Bates, it's louder than the toys I have. If
Yeah,
you're
'cause
gonna go on sound, it's actually quite loud compared to the ones that I have. So it's not as discreet as it's really not. Um compared to what I have. But I did enjoy it. I feel like this is a really good one for partner play too, because of the size and how you have to hold it. I honestly think this is a really great travel toy. It's a really great partner toy. Um, I can see what all the hype is about. It really is a really really good toy. I highly recommend it if you are looking for something to get your girl for Valentine's Day. This would be one of those. I am just saying, I can see what the hype is about. It is just out of the toys that I have that are similar to this is not necessarily my favorite.
okay.
So
So, yeah, we lost 30 seconds after Rebecca said, she has high-end toys. So and you said it's better than the high-end toys.
no, it is definitely not. It
And
is
how
definitely
loud is
very.
it?
It
Oh,
is
sorry, go
pretty.
ahead, go ahead.
It's good. It's great for an economical toy. If you don't have a lot of money to spend and you want something like this is actually a really great toy. If you have the money to spend, there are better things you can buy. And it's really not that quiet compared to those higher end toys. I have had the higher end toys that I have are much quieter and much more discreet. So, but
And
it's
a
a great
very,
partner
very
toy.
important
So
question
on,
for all
like,
toys: is it dishwasher safe?
is it
It's
dishwasher safe?
waterproof. It is waterproof.
Okay. Also, you
But I
shouldn't
wouldn't
never
put
put
it in the
sex in the toys with
dishwasher.
dishwasher, no.
No, don't do that.
Um,
I was having a
There are special soaps.
is
I
it
was
like
having one of those real sex HBO flashbacks. They put all the
Oh yeah,
dildos
where
in
they
the
put them in the
dishwasher.
dishwasher. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
remember that one.
I honestly wanna know, how soft is it, like, to the touch? Like, right there, it looks like it could be hard plastic, but is it
No, it's
more of
silicone.
a, like, silicone?
Yeah,
Silicones.
yeah, silicones.
And how much did this toy cost?
You can get them on Amazon for about $35, $40. I bought mine at a bookstore. I bought mine for about 90.
Okay.
Bookstore.
Store. Well, that's what they call them, like store. The
An
one that I
adult
have that I
store.
really, really, really love is much more expensive than that, but worth every penny. So I would say I would recommend it. And like I would get like it like I said, I probably this is the one I'm gonna chuck in my suitcase. Like
Okay.
it's good enough that I would travel with it.
And
Definitely.
Kagome, it is in fact waterproof, so I think it can be submerged. You said
Yes.
you could use it as a bathtub toy. I like that.
Hmm.
Okay. So 4 out of 5 floggers. That's a high. That's a good review. I'm excited.
Hmm.
So
Nice,
yeah,
very nice.
listen. I can tell you the audience right now really dig that review because they've been asking questions. They have been going nuts. Uh, not just about the sound technical difficulties, which I have no idea. Nothing changed on here. I think it honestly may have been Twitch because none of our levels dropped at all.
High end Kagome, I have easily spent $200 on a toy. So, but I also utilize my toys a lot. So I like you get if you can get the ones that are more easier on your pocketbook, but also at the same time, like you want to spend the money if you know you're going to use it often. If it's just something that sort of sits in your drawer occasionally, then yeah, it comes out for playtime every now and then, you don't have to spend that much money. However, if you definitely know if you have high sex drive, then I would say spend the money. But I have other toys. I actually two came today.
Oh, so we're we got this, and we are working on getting a PO box and releasing the list so people can purchase toys. You can also make requests to add to the list if there's something that you want something to Rebecca to review so she can add to her list of things that she wants to use on her vagina or boobs or buttholes. She can pay special attention to the buttholes. Go ahead and let us know in the chat or hit us up on Twitter at dinkswithkinks.net or no, at dinkswithkinks on Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram. You can message us there. Um, what will you be reviewing next week?
Well, Miko, our wonderful friend Miko, she almost bullied me into getting a Tracy's dog. Again, we're going TikTok. We're going down the TikTok rabbit hole. Apparently, first couple of ones. So I will be reviewing the Tracy's dog. I got that. I got that today. One of the two I've got today.
All right, Bates, tell us your recommendation again so I don't have to scroll up in the chat. And we'll add it to our list of things to try. So
Yes, but
awesome. I look forward to it.
the roses definitely you can like I said, you can get them cheaper on Amazon. You can get them cheaper than I got them. I'm not saying that's why a lot of women have them and it's popular right now is because they're inexpensive. I just happened to go to my adult store because it's right down the road. So yeah, definitely adding that in the rotation.
Aha, it was Twitch. There was a network error. Yeah, it wasn't
Yeah, the
us.
video buffering.
Oh,
Yeah,
yay.
Yeah. Look at
I see.
that.
Yeah,
We didn't
but
break. We didn't break the stream.
since I
It
was
was
so
Twitch
bad
all
at it last
along.
time, since that was our first live one, I'm going to rewind it in the chat and just to comment on what I saw said, if I may.
Absolutely. This is part 2. This is more audience participation. So now we're here for the audience.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I saw the comment earlier by Mama Boo that we're talking about, she thought about it, but she didn't necessarily need the partner to help her with the breath play and stuff. And yes, that is correct. You don't need your partner to help you, but you just want to make sure that your partner knows about that, because if all of a sudden they notice you not making noises or, you know, not breathing, then they might get a little alarmed and stuff like that. So, as long as there's still some level of informity on that, whether they're helping you or not, you still always want to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. We covered autoerotic asphyxiation, and it is there are definitely some things, pleasurable things about it, but it is something that you need to practice safely. We do not condone anything that could endanger your life here on Dinks and Kinks. Though smoking is cool and you should try it, it's totally a fetish. Here at Dinks and Kinks, we think smoking's cool. Um, but we don't encourage anything that would potentially injure yourself or cause death. So always be cautious. And yeah, always let people know to check in on you or something like that. And I think there's actual tools you can get that alert people that if something happens, you can let your partner know
Yeah.
and not have to have them in the room. It's kind of like a remote
Mhm.
access thing.
Yep. And then
So
to Kagomi's comment earlier, yes, you say you have trouble asking for stuff. Well, you're definitely not alone in that. As um, throughout most of my life, I feel like I've been almost hardwired to not be able to ask for help on things. Even John is a witness to this because he'll offer to help me do various things and such, but unless he's actually there when I'm doing it, I'll just do it because I
hmm
won't ask for stuff. But one thing that's very important, that even if you have trouble asking for things, when you do it, you never want to really, do your best to try to not regret that. For the people that have so very much trouble asking for things, no matter the situation, you want to see that more as a big accomplishment over fighting against your nature. So you should never feel bad about being able to get past not being able to do something or having trouble doing something and feel bad about it. Like I said, you want to see it as overcoming those walls as a success instead.
And coming is always good.
Yes, we always encourage that.
Over or under.
Yes, yes, yes.
Mhm.
That too.
But yeah, there's been many times that I'll be like, "Hey, Shep, I'll help you with this. Just come get me when you're ready to do it." And then I'll go sit back in my office and do something, and then I'll walk out, and Shep will be panting. I'm like, "What'd you do?" He goes, "Well, I did the thing." I was like, "I literally just said, come let me know when you're gonna do the thing." And he just won't. He just be like, "Nah,
I
I ain't
have
doing
no
that."
idea what that's like. I'm asking for help all the time.
Yeah, I don't believe that. I don't believe that.
Mm,
Please, nah.
really?
I really dare. Oh yeah, I dare. Oh yeah,
Oh
you
yeah.
betcha.
Oh yeah, there. Oh yeah.
But
Say that with
and
my contact? I contact
hmm
say.
No.
um,
No,
yeah,
no. Look at me. I'm the captain now. I'm the captain now.
I am the captain now.
I'm the dom now.
Boy, I am the dom now.
I
New
figured.
merch coming out. Tomorrow's episode will make a lot of sense. Hey guys, I didn't say context. Shit, I just said it.
No, you didn't. You
Eh,
stopped.
I didn't. I didn't get it. I stopped myself. Um,
You ain't doing a good job, but you doing something though. But you doing.
I'm
you
doing an
doing a
okay
good
job.
job.
You
By
doing
stopping yourself.
okay?
You doing okay.
Um, guys, yeah, let us hear from you. What we're here to talk kinks, and so we have our main subject, toy review, and now it's time to talk to the audience. We want to know your kink questions. Ask us anything about kink. It doesn't have to be your kink. It could be a kink that you're curious about, a kink that we've covered in the past, anything that we have
My
done.
mic's attacking me.
Or if
in
you
the
want to see
past or in the
more
future.
mic on body action that's happening over
Yeah,
here.
I'm ooh,
Ah, I don't know
ooh.
what's going on. It's like it's really okay, I think it's done. All right.
I got rid of my pop filter. I was like, I don't need it anymore. You weren't there,
Well,
and
good
he
for you.
wanted to do it then. No, it's not that he wasn't there. He wasn't ready to do it yet. Okay. What is tomorrow's episode? Tomorrow's episode is about eye contact restrictions. Don't look at me.
I
Look away. Look away. Don't
don't
look at
look
me.
at me. Don't look at
Don't
me.
look at me. Um, and it comes tomorrow. It comes out tomorrow at 1:13. Anywhere
Except
you
for
listen to
you.
podcasts,
You can look at me.
you can look at me. Look
I
at me
really
now.
want to know if any of our audience has any questions or like they really do. Like is there something I don't know, like I really
Yeah, we give kink advice.
we
That
do.
that's kind of what I want. When
May not
when I
always
came
be
up,
the best advice, but we're willing to try.
Or
yeah. I
is there
mean,
a situation that you were in? We were talking today about like being ashamed of your kid. Is there a situation that you were in and like how would we handle it or how would like something like that? Like how maybe next time when they have to are faced with the same situation, what would
mhm.
what would we suggest doing? Or
It's very okay to be a little. I
oh,
mean,
Absolutely okay to be.
absolutely.
that's why over the years I
Absolutely.
always kept a collection of coloring books and crayons on hand just in case my little friends came over. I'll be like,
Hmm.
here you go. Get you a little safe corner. Have some fun.
Absolutely.
I mean,
Being a
yeah.
little is perfectly fine. Age play is fine. It does a thing is when it becomes one of those things or between you two consenting adults, what you guys do together, that's perfectly acceptable. Being a little, that does not make you any type of way other than this is what you enjoy. And like I said, sex is not always just naughty fun. Sex can be, or kinks aren't always sexual in nature. They can be just wholesome and comforting. Sex is supposed to be stress relieving comfort. It should be a positive experience. And this is something that you do positively. It's absolutely okay. You're not injuring, hurting, or traumatizing, creating trauma, doing anything as long
Actually,
as
that's how you're
everybody here.
dealing with your trauma. That is how
Mm-hmm.
you're dealing with your trauma. So it shouldn't be traumatizing. That's how you're dealing with it. I know that that's how I deal with mine. Like there are a lot of things I can pinpoint of this is how I'm dealing with my bad day or I'm dealing with something like yeah, like and age play is very much a part of that and that's totally okay and it's absolutely adorable. Like it really is. Like I
Yeah.
littles are fun. I am not one,
Littles
so
are a
I think it's like
blast.
littles are so fun. Like, cause I'm not one. I'm but so it's so cute. It really is. It's a
Hmm.
lot of fun.
Yeah. And I can honestly say I've never had any kind of sexual interaction with any of my little friends and such. It's just, I just literally try to enable my place to as a safe space for people to be
Be
themselves in a
littles.
way.
Hmm.
Yeah, so they sometimes they would just come to hang out and they would just engage in their that little mindsets, and I would just let them be because that was them being able to relax and as
Mhm.
take off that fake skin and be themselves.
Hmm.
Right.
And even being little in a sexual connotation, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. As long
Like
as
I
it's
said,
consented.
if you have two consenting adults, or more than if you're all consenting adults, there's no limit to the consenting adults that could be in the room or be present for this activity. Absolutely, it is okay. That's one thing. I don't think have we covered littles. I think we
Um,
talked about them in the sub dom episode when we talked about the different types of subs that exist out there and like the different types of dynamics of
yeah.
like the daddy and mommy doms. One of our first special guests for the podcast back when we started as a live stream was a mommy dom for littles. And I mean, she went to big extremes from diaper changes and everything. I follow her on Twitter, and yeah, oh yeah, she goes full on baby littles with grown adults, and I'm like, that's fantastic. I'm glad that there is places that you can go and have all this content. Adulting is absolutely hard. That's why I refuse to do it. I just I don't adult anywhere I want. Anywhere, anytime I don't have to be. This podcast, I'm not adulting right now. We're talking sex. I'm teening real hard though right now. Yeah, I'm teening real hard. I'm angsty. I got my teen angst going on right now.
Well, I mean, of
So,
course, look at your face is naked. Of course, you're going through teen angst.
oh god, I know. Yeah. Don't remind me of how lack of beard I have right now. But that's kind of what I wanted to do with this live stream is cover a subject that isn't necessarily a kink, but is more of a general kink positive statement. The very awesome Rebecca reviews a toy. I'm going to have an infographic next week for it, and then leave it up to talking about questions you may have. If we have covered a subject and we didn't do a good job, and you want to hear more information, this is a great venue where we can go back and touch on stuff that we've talked about in the past, because we have absolutely learned so much since those episodes have come out. Like, we'll do an episode, and 2 weeks later I will find an article because I'm still searching stuff. I'm still researching things that we've already covered. And I'll be like, ooh, oh, I'm looking at porn. Okay, yeah, shut up. Everybody shut up. Don't judge me. Yes, my beard is slowly coming back. It does that. All I have to do is think about it real hard. So, Rebecca and Shep, is there anything else you want to talk about tonight? Is there anything else you guys?
I think we covered those things. I mean, in this particular, the main topic there, before you can,
You unmuted yourself to sneeze.
Sorry.
You were muted. You were muted already, and then you unmuted yourself to sneeze. That is my favorite. That's my favorite moment. That is Rebecca and Arug's favorite moment, where she was already muted. She goes, "I've got to sneeze. I better mute," and unmute yourself. When
Too funny.
she's muted right now too.
Is she though?
Of course I am.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck it. I give up. I'm just done today.
So,
well, I'll try again, I guess. Are we done sneezing or distractions? Yeah.
No more
Because I
sneezing
mean,
puppies?
I'll wait for the sneezes. I'm all for them.
I'm good. No,
Sneezing-
I'm good. No more sneezes.
Sneezing is a fetish.
You finally heard the sneeze.
But,
You're welcome.
but yeah,
folks.
for the people that do struggle to share themselves and their wants and desires with others, just try to spend more time instead of worrying about how you come off as others, and maybe give a little more time to yourself. Try to be comfortable with who you are, what you want, like comfortable in your own skin.
Mm-hmm.
And then it might not be as anxiety triggering to then reveal yourself to others.
Absolutely. And
and if they don't like it, then fuck them.
Yeah,
There's
fuck
more.
them. Also,
And for everything else, there's FetLife. I mean, years ago,
is FetLife.
FetLife didn't exist, but now FetLife does exist. So there's many, many support groups within FetLife for all the fetishes.
Okay, with toy reviews, talk about favorite toys. Oh, absolutely. Okay, we can do that. Absolutely do that. Because we talked about our favorite toys. That was the Christmas episode of the podcast. We talked about our favorite toys. So, but we could talk more on it. We can talk toys all day long. Also, it's okay to be selfish sometimes. Like, I know a lot of times people, when you're asking for sexual stuff, you have that guilt, and like that's a lot of me of guilt because I feel like I'm being selfish. If I ask for this, I'm being selfish. I'm not looking out for my partner, but I'm like, no, it's not about that. Sometimes you got to be a little selfish for you. And then there's nothing wrong with it. Everybody's selfish a little bit. And there's nothing wrong with it because it's not selfish. You know, we'll feel selfish, but it's really not. It's just communication.
I I do have to say though, I mean, uh, I'm pretty upfront, and I'm like, I'll do anything, but I am pretty insatiable. I'm like, don't sit there and think that you're just gonna get one and done. Like, I'm one of those ones that, like, we're gonna go till you can't walk. So if you like, that's like, there's a quickie, and then there's like, no, like, I'm pretty greedy in the bedroom. Like, I'm pretty greedy. Like,
Listen,
hydrate.
there's nothing wrong with that. If you have a partner that you vibe really well and you guys communicate, it's perfect. I mean, that's what it is. The goal is not to find someone who will do your fetishes. Find somebody who will enjoy them
And be
as much
open to
with you.
them.
Yeah.
And be open to them and that you enjoy. Like, that's the fun of it. That's like the whole thing. Like, enjoy it. Like, you have to be with somebody who is willing to talk and communicate and be like, let's do this together. No, tonight it's about you. Tonight, it's a give and take. That whole thing's a partnership. And you have to be comfortable, and it doesn't have to be all at once. I think that that's the other thing is like, you're like, okay, well, I'm with this person and I'm going to just vomit all of my kinks and weirdness and fetishes all over you. And it's like, no, you don't have to do that. You
Oh,
can.
that's what was all over me. Okay.
Sean,
Mm.
I am the same way. Same way, Sean. I am a giver and I prefer to please. I have to actively force myself to be like, no, I want this.
And
I
And
and
that
John
is an
Kagomi's right.
absolute troll.
You should do some toy reviews too.
I don't think she just said John. John and
Yeah,
Shep
she
should
did.
do toy reviews too. Yeah, she said
Yes.
I don't
John
know what I'm
and
talking about.
Shep because there you're
Shit. Shit.
Sean, you were right. There are male toys out there that we probably should review because last I checked, Miss Rebecca only has one set of genitals, and they're female.
Oh, but here's the thing is I'm actually a very large advocate. Well, I'm an advocate of a lot of things. I'm an advocate of sex positivity in general.
Hmm.
But I honestly, there are a million toys out there, different types of toys for women. But men, like, it is like seriously hard to find
Seriously hard.
toys for men to, like, especially like you want to give them to somebody, or you want it's very limited.
Yeah,
And you know
Streamland.
what I'm saying?
It's really hard.
Oh my
Really
god.
hard, so hard. Okay, I will start shopping around and looking for male toys to review. And
Yes.
like I said, I honestly want it to be a Rebecca reviews toys, but I will when it's time that we have to do a male toy, I will gladly step in if I can't get Shep to put his penis in something. Because what I might do is I might order it and not tell Shep what it is and just put the box on the table and say, Shep, do you
Just
want
put
this
it,
one?
hey, here you go.
Yeah, we're gonna play sex toy roulette. And
Yes.
it won't be used. It'll just be like there'll be like 3 sex toys on the table, and they'll all be wrapped, and I'll be like, "Okay, pick one."
Yes.
So
Yes.
now,
You know what?
so
I'll
now
buy the
every
first
box,
one. I'll buy the first
you
one.
come at me now, I'll be like, "There's a dick in that box, isn't there?"
All right, Rebecca, do that. Buy a sex toy, send it to our house, and we will play sex toy roulette, and whoever paper rock scissors, and whoever wins has to try it and use it.
No, no. See, I have the wrong bits for that. Sorry.
She
No,
ain't got the bits.
I ain't got the bits. But anyway, like, Kagome, like, it's, you asked if it was okay, and I think that that stuck out for me the most. Is it okay if I'm a little, or if it, yes. And you should never ask if it's okay, because it's always okay to love who you are and love what you like, and it's okay to, to be proud of that. And it's always okay. It is always okay to, you know yourself, know thyself, and know thyself. It's okay to know thyself as well.
I
I
just love it
got you a
though.
present. Now
Now
pick
pick
one.
one. Yeah, I love it that y'all trying to get the quiet, non-cunning linguist to do reviews on things.
I'll review. Listen, Rebecca,
And
send me something to put my dick in, and I'll put my dick in it, and I'll tell you whether or not I like it or not.
and she
Okay,
can
that's
use
what we'll
things
do.
too, because they have like the vibrating like little cock rings and stuff. She can put those on her nipples and stuff. So yeah, she can try
Oh,
out the male toys.
yeah,
No,
and
absolutely not. No, no, that would be a hard no. Thanks. I've
uh,
boundaries that we've hit my
I will
limit.
say
Thank
this.
you.
I will say this, and I probably would be the better one because I'll put toy anywhere. I don't care if it's a toy if
You
it's a
would.
ring, if
You
it's a
would.
thing, if it's for the butt. I'll put it in my butt. I don't care. We'll do butt stuff. Um, and I'll give my
Why do
thorough
we let
review.
him talk?
Yeah, I don't. I have no idea why you guys let me talk. Um,
Hey, John.
yes,
John,
yeah, yeah.
I am sorry that you've
What?
been made to feel bad about your fetishes.
I'm okay. I am okay with it because you know what? I started this podcast, and on the very first episode, I proudly explained what my fetishes were. And you know what? I have a pantyhose fetish. It's a part of who I am. If you want to be with me, you have to be okay with it. You have to be down for it. And like I said, and it's not. I'm not trying to like shame anyone for not liking it. If it's not your cup of tea, it's not your cup of tea, and that's okay too. But
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I
because
refuse to let myself feel bad. Like I said, every bit of things that I wish I could change about myself, and I will always say that will always be part of what I want to change about myself, but not because of somebody else, but because of what
Mm-hmm.
I want. And I think that's when I was thinking of doing a poor job of explaining that because it's one of the things I don't like things being out of my control. I don't like to be a slave to anything. I do like to be a slave to somebody, but not a slave to anything.
he secretly wants to be a
Kagome,
slave
enjoy the
Leia.
ride. Enjoy the ride.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
Still
I
going
think
to.
that yeah, like enjoy it, and I encourage you like that. And it may take a while. I know for
Mhm.
me, it took time and increments, and sometimes they just sort of show up, and you're like, oh, well, I didn't know that was a thing, but okay, I'm into it, and I just enjoy it.
Joke's on you. I'm into that shit.
And then, in the most simplified terms, though, if anytime you feel bad, it's okay. Just feel somewhere else.
Mhm.
Yes.
And even though we only stream on Fridays, 10 p.m., you can read out to us anytime on our social media at Dinks with Kinks, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, however. And if you know us outside of there, reach out. We'll talk to you if you're having a down moment or you're not feeling safe. The one thing I promise with this podcast is we'll always be a safe environment. We don't judge. If it's not hurting anyone, it's not breaking any laws. We've got your back, 100%. And yeah,
Sometimes they're front.
Sean's right.
And that's
Sean's 100% right. Never stop discovering because
yes.
I have been kink
Yes.
positive for a very long time, and I am
Yes.
discovering new stuff about myself
Yes.
every week.
Yes. And that's why we
Sadly,
have
I'm
this
discovering
podcast.
new
That's why we
things
started
about
it.
John all the time, too.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, we are.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. I'm discovering myself like I'm hitting puberty all over again.
And kink doesn't make you dirty,
It
no
doesn't.
matter what you're in. Like I
I
think that's
mean,
the other thing is like kink doesn't make you dirty. It doesn't make you a bad person. Like
Does it make
unless
you
it's
weird?
like unless it's like a quicksand fetish or a food fetish, I mean, those kind of get dirty.
well,
They do
yes,
get a
I
little
mean
dirty.
there's
Those are some
that.
dirty fetishes. But you know what? I will say that's the hardest fetish I've had telling people about, and I still kind of retract telling people about that because I'm like, oh, that's a pretty crazy one. I'm pretty okay with that though. I want to say I am one of the proud few people who have been able to have that fetish because there's a giant community of them. I'm used to make fetish content for them, and I'm a member of that community, and they don't tell people shit. They're like, nah,
Kagome,
we don't exist.
if you ever need somebody to talk to that's not John, if you need a female perspective, hit me up. I will totally sit there. Like I got you. I got you.
Mhm.
So
That's right. And you know what, Sean? That's awesome. There's no time limit on discovering yourself. Absolutely not.
Mm-mm.
My ex is discovering herself because that's what she needed. She needed that free jump off point to start fresh and begin anew. And she's discovered herself, and I'm so proud of her. And I'm like, yes, go and
But
do
that's not
that.
to say you have to like go somewhere else to discover yourself either.
No,
Just
you need to just the one thing you do need is discover your safe space. You have to discover who you are. You don't have to do any certain thing to do that, but all you have to do is discover you have to find your safe place.
Well,
absolutely.
could go. I mean, that's just like the easiest thing though, because brought up in the Christian household, everything out of the norm was considered taboo. I mean, like to-do list. What taboo? Yeah, right. I
Mhm.
heard you. To-do list.
Taboo is
I grew up in
absolutely
uber Christian, like uber. Like I like their security culture, the whole 9 yards. Like very religious trauma. Yeah, had to work through that. Like me being bisexual was not a thing. Like I wasn't supposed to that yeah, 100%. I totally get that. Like now I'm like, fuck it.
okay. Once you
Okay.
become an adult, and like I said, you don't have to be public about it. You don't have to
Mm-mm.
run up to every person you see, be like, "I'm a kinky motherfucker. Look at me. I'm into the weird shit. Look at me."
Yeah, and honestly, me personally, I wish they would just get rid of the words weird and norm.
You know what? No, I
No,
like
no,
the
no,
word weird because I want to own that.
well, no. It's just because they're comparative words. Norm compared to what? Weird compared to what? Why is all this comparing shit gotta go on? I'm sick of them
Well,
using that word and saying what's normal. It's normal for what this group, but
Yeah.
not this group. So I
hate to
just
break
wish
it
they
to
get
you,
rid of those two words because it's
mo-
all just comparative.
most of the people who are propagating those things are the weirdest people in the world. Do you know how many uber Christian, right sided, and this is not political, I'm just saying because they're typically the ones who are like, it has to be, have hit me up on Grinder under, on the DL, gotta be discreet because people can't know that my uber Christian values have been violated by my filthy habits. And I'm like,
I do my DMs in the
listen, you can hide
DMs.
from everybody else, but God's watching right now. You really want to make that decision? I'll hand you
You know
JU, but I'm gonna look you right in the eye while we're doing it and go, God's watching. What's up?
But you know what I absolutely have learned about the kink community and my favorite part about it? My
What's that?
favorite part about really getting involved in the kink community is just the respect and the acceptance. And like look at us. We're all like we all have different kinks and we're all at different places in our lives. And we're all in our different places in our journey. And we're still at that point where we're like, yeah, okay, yeah, it's good. Let's talk about that. Hey, like I don't know anything about that. Like it's very respectful and it's
Mhm.
not like I think people get the wrong idea about it. Like especially those people who don't understand and they just think, "Oh, well you're just sleeping with everybody." I'm like, "No, I'm not sleeping with anybody." I'm like, it's like I
I
just like
I don't hate
different
those
shit.
people. I pity those people.
Right.
I feel genuine sorry for those people because I have a great community. I have you guys.
Yes.
I have
Yes.
my ability, and like I said, you don't have to wear it on your out on your shirt, big bold letters. I'm a kinky motherfucker. You can. Not gonna judge you for it because that's somebody's kink. I mean, kink shaming is a kink. Just saying. We did the whole humiliation thing.
We did.
You
We
filthy,
did.
dirty boy. Um, and
Can't.
I can't.
It was
No, you don't have to. You can be very private about it. There's nothing wrong. being a kinky person doesn't mean you have to be open about it. You just have to find your safe space where you can feel safe
Mhm.
doing it. And that's one thing, with these streams is what I wanted to bring is I wanted to bring the safe space because like when you're listening to the podcast, it's still very isolated. You're usually listening to it by yourself in a room, or while you're actually a lot of people tell me they listen to it while they exercise. Or they go for a walk. Some people
I
listen to
mean,
it at work, and that makes me giggle because I just think they're listening to our voice talk about sex while they're asking people, "Would you, let me? Do you have your business reports?" Yes, I do. Someone's getting flogged in my ear. But the stream and like we have the
Might
active
be something to
chat.
do on a live show.
hmm
What? Sorry, back.
I do. I do want to do that on a live show. I'm telling you what. Um,
so Ship, you're
but
flogging John on a live show? Okay.
what? No, we'll have a special guest for that.
Yeah. I
Nobody
mean,
wants to see. No
nobody
one.
wants
No
to see
one.
that.
No one wants to see that. Uh,
I want to see it. I want to see Ship beat your ass.
I mean, listen, you don't need to stream for that one. Just give me like 20
Oh,
minutes in
okay.
any
All
video
right.
game.
What about play
You,
partners, Kagome? What about it?
you've when we were talking about you don't have to wear it on your sleeve. You can find play
Oh.
partners. Yeah, your safe community, and that's what I wanted to do with the stream. I wanted to do it where we cover a subject, we review a toy. Um,
Mhm.
I'm finally here because I just finished work, so I'm hanging my head. Um, Absolutely. But we wanted to make sure you guys can have a safe place where you can actively talk about zero judgment. The one thing we do not tolerate in this stream is, well, several things we don't tolerate: hate speech, kink shaming, and being like not respectful of other people. Because, like I said, it doesn't matter what you're into. You could be into feet, you can be into water sports. Just because it's not my thing does not mean I'm going to judge you for it being your thing. I am 100% on board. And, like I said, water sports, not my thing. Is not for me. I don't care if it's for you. I am 100% supportive and I will help you find all of that. Kagome is interested in vlogging demo. Man, we need to get Purgatory back up. Uh, but I'm sure we can arrange something like that. I know people. I know people. Well, I was looking the wrong direction. Hold on. There we go. That guy. He may do something like that at certain
I
events,
was like,
and we
you need to
can.
look. He's like in the next
I know.
room.
Well, I didn't want to look at them. I'm trying to do what they say. I'm pointing up at the guy. But there are absolutely.
He doesn't
Doesn't
tolerate
tolerate
content.
content.
Very
No, actually, on
strict.
the podcast, the Dinks with Kinks, it is chock full of content every week. Our live streams are nothing but content. Well thought out, well planned content. I don't know. I just know. What can I say? I'm just a good producer.
This has been so much content filled. Well, I'm glad, Kagome.
But yeah, we want to build that community. So if you know play partners and you want to build them a safe space here, you can also go to our Discord. We have an entire section dedicated to Dinks with Kinks, where all things are safe, all things are no judgment free, as long as you respect consent and go nuts in our Discord. I know people looks up. I'm looking up. I'm looking up at Shep,
Mm-hmm.
my roommate. He literally, his background is literally his flogging spiderweb.
Mhm.
It's pretty.
It's very pretty.
I want to climb it like a jungle gym.
It's been
You can, in
done,
fact,
so
it's been
Really?
done.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yay!
I've done it.
Yeah, the people have, once I tell them that it's very stable and it holds around 1,200 pounds because of its welded metal. Yeah, people just jungle gym it.
So, but yeah, we want to build a community where people can be themselves. That's
Mhm.
Dondera Streams, not just Dinks for Kings, but Dondera Streams has always been about being silly, weird, and fun, and just positivity. And that's why all of us, any of our streams, Nerd Mom Ace, Miko streams, Zachnar, Jay, all of us have a very open mentality of welcoming. We want to build a community of people who can safely be together, have fun, and zero judgments. We don't do drama either.
No, we don't do drama, and we always. I was just now thinking about it. All of our content, even when we game and stuff, it's all about like improving people's lives. It's all about pushing, you know, helping you come together and you know be better. Yeah.
Shep, you need to start posting these memes into the Dinks with Kinks Discord so our audience can see the funny shit that you posted. We can't show on stream because it's absolute TOS violation, but you can post it in the Discord. If you go to our Discord, which is
Where
linked
do
right
you
here,
find these?
I don't know where he finds them at, but our Discord server has a section for Dinks Kinks, and it's absolutely a space. Here's the safe space. Our social media, always a safe space. Any of our streams is a safe space as long as you play respect, show consent,
Mhm.
and just don't be an asshat.
Yeah, that
Don't
was
be
the
an
go bag.
asshat.
That wasn't the luggage collection, but it was the go bag
It was the
for
go bag.
flyers.
Yeah, boy, that man has a
Maybe we
that's
should do a stream where we help do inventory.
an inventory.
Mm,
Inventory.
Absolutely. So
Perhaps the episode might be like a breakdown of different lugger collections.
that would be a fun thing because, like I said, that's one thing I want to do with the
Oh,
stream is we can do
yeah.
more detail on this stuff. We can take an episode, go back to it, and kind of pick it apart and just choose one thing. And also, if you guys want us to talk about a certain thing, tell us. We'll talk about whatever. We're down for it. I'm all
What luggage
about
play
everything.
demonstration? I will electrocute hell on for you.
I would allow that. I would absolutely allow electroplay. Thing we can. You know what we could
Blade and
do?
wax play. Put you on the couch. Blade and put a little wax on there. A little blade.
Hmm.
Yeah.
No,
I
we've
would.
already seen him waxed.
We have.
We've already seen him waxed.
Well, we've seen it. Oh, it's been there.
Yeah.
I'm currently downloading that meme and posting it into the Discord.
Okay.
So, but
It
yeah,
has a
that's
lot of
that's
layers
pretty
to
cool.
it.
But guys, I think that's about wrapping it up. Unless we have any follow up questions, but this has been a great stream. Um,
It's been good.
I love it. That's why I didn't want to do just one. I think this
Most
is
good
very
indeed.
I think
Most
this is
good.
a very
This is
important
good.
thing to
It's good.
do for our audience and for our community. And I'm gonna start hyping it up on the episodes itself because we talk about linking it out into the episodes as well. I want to create a place where people can come be kinky, and it's not about trying to hook up with people because a lot of the
Mm-mm.
kink sites there's so much like, oh, but let's hook up. This is not a hookup site. This is a place where we can laugh, be relaxed, be ourselves, and do stuff. That's one reason why we're so silly because sex should absolutely be a positive experience and a
Yes.
silly experience.
Mm.
All the demonstrations so good. I have the camera set up. We could do this. We could absolutely do this. Um, so all right, we'll start looking into that. I want to thank everyone in the audience for tuning in and chatting. You guys mean the world to us. This is why we do it. I want to thank my wonderful co-hosts, the always wanting to electrocute me, Mr. Shep, and
He's like guilty.
Till next
and
time.
for someone who says they're not a sadist, wants to see me suffer a lot, Miss Rebecca.
I mean, you right.
Kinky,
And you're right,
not easy.
Gilman. Kinky, not easy.
By the way,
Absolutely.
you need to let me know how your shirt fits and what you think of it. Uh,
Did she get the key? Did she get that shirt?
she did, and it's a good shirt. It's one of my
I love
favorite,
that shirt. That's one of my favorite designs.
absolutely favorite shirt. So we should get a shepherd shirt. And absolutely, we need the. You know what? No, we need Shep's face doing this. The serm. I'm the dom now. I'm the dom now. We do. I think that's something we need. I'm the dom now.
Designs.
Look at me.
I love
Look at
that
me.
one.
I am the dom now. And that will make more
Chipper
sense
coming
in
to a
tomorrow's
shirt near
episode.
you.
So make sure to
but you have
listen to
some
tomorrow's episode.
we have
Eye
Chef's logo.
contact restrictions. I did really good. I didn't say all the things that I said I was going to do during the podcast to ruin the episode.
I'm the time now.
But do we though?
It does. Mm-hmm. It really does. Listen. I knew we were going to do that episode
I just realized.
a
Do you
year
realize
and a
our
half
logo has
ago
the eye
when
restriction?
we
It has
first came
the
up
thing
with it. I
covering his
knew
eyes.
it was coming.
Look at how
So
brilliant you are.
thank you. I like the live stream because we get all the facial expressions. Yep,
All right.
absolutely. So good night, everybody. Thank you so much for listening. Stay tuned for tomorrow. Stay tuned tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for CCTV, where we're going to be doing The Walking Dead with special guest Scott and Stacy Cannon, host Chris Bronner. So stay tuned. It'll be awesome. Good night.
Night.
And we are clear.
Are we really?
Mm-hmm.
We're good. We're muted.
Muted. Yeah. It goes to a whole different source where we don't have our audio at all. It just has the audio. I don't have to mute nobody.
See, we switched this.
What?
See, this time, right off the bat, somebody was wanting to know how to find